Patches, as I was mentioning before, has been running a lot of tournaments, whether it's Fun, Beast of the Hills, or even the Patches Patch Clash as well. Is very often a streamer, and we'll see how he competes. I'll be honest, I don't think I've casted Patches before, or maybe once. Maybe I've casted Patches like once or twice. So we'll see how Patches does compare to MJG. Let's go. Let us go. MJG, of course, is a Protoss player from the UK. Is a supporter and a regular in the chat as well. Let's go. Let us go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the red Protoss player from the land of England, the UK. It is MJG. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the American Terran. The American Terran player, we have the purple Terran. For the Platinum Heroes, it is Patches. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. I'll be honest, I'm not really too certain who to favor here. From my understanding, they're both around like M2, like they're both around Masters level. They're both relatively close in skill, and I don't think they've ever played against each other. Because we have one from the Americas and one from Europe, they're not really from the same region. They don't clash often at all, and yeah, this might be a first. Likewise, I don't think I've casted MJG either. We have seen MJG on the bracket of Epic Lands, like a lot of Epic Lands, for example, and regional events in the UK. So we'll see how they compare. As Patches does move in. Does get a full scout. MJG going for the going for the proxy again. I don't think I've ever casted MJG before, or even maybe in Patch. Like I think maybe I've casted Patches once. Maybe Patches going for a 2-Rax Reaper opener. Double gases have been taken, so 2-Rax Reaper up against the proxy of MJG. Okay, let's go. Patches a 5k player. I think around that, maybe like around 5k, like maybe 4.8, 4.9, 5k ish, like around that region. But here we go. Robo is on the way. Going for the proxy Immortals. Patches is committing into one base play, going double racks into a factory before expanding. Jesus. Does feel from our right hand side, does confirm that we are missing some pylons, and does get eyes on the proxy. So Patches does find the Robo, does confirm, and we'll see if we can shut it down as we have more Reapers on the way. Meanwhile, a big shout to Bomioja, papi, Bomioja, papi, ¿qué tal, cómo estás? Bienvenidos, papi, bienvenidos. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. I did see that you were having like a therapy session? Question mark. You were having a therapy session with the ladder. You were smurging. Something along those lines. It was a crazy title, but it was great. It was. But I hope you're taking care. Much love, like much love. Meanwhile, welcome one and all to the OSC Elite Rising Star tournament. Again, this is a fresh best of 5. We're jumping to game 1, and we do have the initial proxy being found. And now going for the pylon. The pylon is getting low. The Immortal is almost out. Yeah, the Stalker does arrive in time, and MJG will defend the Robo. The Immortal spawns in. The Immortal does spawn in. Catching out the Marine. Likewise, Patches, he had enough time here to get his bunker up and running. He's got his bunker, his tank is on the way. So wait, what? Double factory as a follow-up to the double racks. What's going on? Okay. Is Patches a mech enjoyer? Again, I don't get to cast him often. Maybe this is standard for Patches. One base mech. Let's go, Fire. Let's go. Going tank into Cyclone. Meanwhile, the Reapers at abandon the main. They're going across the map. Back at home, there is a shield battery. There's a battery to defend. Immortal gets behind the mineral line. And gets behind the mineral line, picking off a couple of SCVs. See in the chats, Patches have been known to make it happen from time to time. Oh, okay. Against Protoss? He mechs it up against Oh, no, okay. He's a Gumiho enjoyer. True. Ay. again, we've built up to 2, soon to be 3 immortals. Third immortals on the way. Prism getting low. Is there world? Can Patches lock down that Prism? He's up to 2 Cyclones. He's hunting. Up! He gets it! One more volley. One more. He does snipe the Prism. Not bad. Prism goes down. No high ground vision. MJG, he does commits. Does try to commit in. The bunker does go down. But MJG bleeds out all his gateway units. Now we can lock onto the Immortals. The Immortals have to pull away. At the same time, Reapers are still in the main. Shield Buddy running out of energy. So far, killing 5. So 5 probes that go down. Prism has to be rebuilt. So Patches is holding, Patches defending at the same time, though. That's a lot of Immortals. It's going to be 3 Immortals here for the Protoss. This tank also feels a little bit too far back. He isn't quite covering the ramp. But he's got his first tank. Now getting up to 3 tanks. Jesus. Yo, I'm getting TY flashbacks. Do you do you remember the clip where like TY's maxed out with like tank like Hellbat Cyclone, and then the Protoss just A moves in and oh god, I'm ready. Have to take him into the shade. Immortals, you open up the first tank. Yeah, first tank is gonna go down. We get the mass on siege. And it gets one. Now going for the other. Yeah, Patches caught on siege. Gonna try to re-siege. Getting back into the main. Does shut down the Adepts at least. Okay. Takes down the Adepts. Nice control. Saves both Immortals. Oh, the juggling. No. Juggles back. But Patches, he's holding. Oh, the Prism. It doesn't get the lock on. Yeah, lock on is broken. MJG is holding on, keeping 2 Immortals alive. Yo, we're getting into Macville accelerators. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, as Patches down to 7 SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. Yo, I don't realize how heavily reliant I am on like WCS Game Heart. He has Patches, he has no economy. Now diving on top of the tanks, there's nothing to support, and MJG has done it. Every tank will go down. GG gets called, and MJG will take game number 1. GG. What the hell did we just watch? One base proxy robo immortal against one base mech of all things. Ay, ay, ay. Again, those potential Patches, he had some moments, of course. Sniping the War Prism was huge. Unfortunately, he had a really rough position when it came to the secondary defense. When he did go for the mass on siege, he unsieged all 3 tanks, then tried to re-siege. A lot of wasted DPS. I understand the reasoning for it. He didn't want to force any friendly fire because the Adept shaded in. But there were other targets. We could have seen some manual targeting on some of the Immortals instead, maybe. But alas, he was broken nonetheless. GG. GG, well played. In the end, MJG does take the lead in the series, but now we're going to be loading into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. Getting into game 2. I'm ready for more of this, by the way. Let's go. Not familiar with him as a player, but I saw him streaming once a while ago. Yeah, Patches, he streams quite regularly. Maybe not this year, but I'm streaming quite a bit. But here we go, spawning in the bottom hand corner of Tourmaline. We have the red Protoss player. We have the player from the UK leading the series 1-0. It is MJG. And spawning in the top right-hand corner. So right-hand corner here of Tourmaline, we have the American Terran player. We have the purple Terran representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Patches. Let's go. Let us go, as once again MJG does veer off with that probe. And are we going for another proxy robo? Are we? The probe is getting in position, baby. It's a clown fiesta. Are we sure that MJG isn't from the Americas? Are we? Oh god. Show us what you got. There it is. The pylon is going to be thrown down. Patch is moving in with the SCV scouts. And I'm getting some deja vu here. Mirrored builds. Remember, last game, MJG went for proxy robo. There's no cybercore yet, by the way, but we're setting up for a proxy nonetheless. Proxy gateway, I would imagine. So a different kind of proxy, but Patches once again, 2 games in a row, going 2 ranks Reaper. We'll see if we can find some more success this time. Let's go. But we have our gateways. Reapers are amassing. MJG does not go further into the main base. He does not see the second racks. But he does get eyes on the second gas geyser. And this should be favoring patches. MJG is going to be hyper aggressive. He's going to be rallying across the map with his first zealots. He's going to be reinforcing with stalkers, with adepts. The goal typically here is to delay the economy and maybe even force a cancel on the CC. But there is no CC because we have a factory as well. It's one base. It's one base player to patches. So this initial build that's meant to cripple the economy, I mean, there's no economy to cripple. So as MJG kind of trickles in with his gateway units, I feel like patches can take advantage of that. So we'll see. Comes down to the engage, comes down to the control. MJG, he checks for the CC. Gets a couple of free shots off. 2 shots on the Reaper. As Patch is collapsing on that Stalker. His Reapers are getting low. Does pull away in time. Oh no! Ooh. Yeah, does pull back and does snipe the first Stalker. Very nice. Ooh, does trade. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there. Does a trade out one of his Reapers. But again, he's holding on. He does have the full wall. Clutch wall off there from Patches. Oh. Has to be so careful. Yeah, pulls away the Reapers. Zones back the army. We have a Stargate follow-up out of MJG. Okay. Going for the Stargate. But again, Patches, he's going for a one base, just a one base all-in. A 2-on-1 setup here. Getting into the Cyclones. Into Banshee? I just realized that's a tech lab on the starport as well. Setting up for Banshee play here as well. MJG is also being very tech heavy, going Stargate into Twilight Council. This is all off of one gateway. Like, I'm sorry, I get technically 2 gates, I suppose. But again, very tech heavy back at home. Patch as he moves out, he's got his first Cyclone. And there's only one Stalker. Stalker's going to be focused down. The Oracle comes in. Diving on the Cyclone. And the Cyclone will fall. Okay. Cyclone gets cleaned up. We're getting messy, Pat. We're getting messy. We do have a charge opener here, or charge follow-up out of MJG. I do like this a little more than Blink. This is going to be more ideal against a very heavy kind of charge base, very heavy bio tank based composition. We see it's going to be bio Cyclone with Banshee support as well. We're getting into Magfill accelerators. Jesus. Committing into the all-in. But again, I feel like charge will be more ideal against this. I'm not entirely convinced. I'm not convinced by this build from Patches. But we'll see. I mean, I suppose technically nothing shoots up, I suppose. There we go, Patches, he moves out. He expands behind this like a very late natural, but hey, he's expanding, I suppose. Can we macro out of this? Can we? It's so late. Okay. Sure. Charge will be done in time. It's finishing up in a couple of seconds. There's a chrono. And remember, these are stimulus Marines. They're vanilla. Yeah, Patches, you have to get the hell out of here. You cannot take this fight. Not against mass charge lots. He's got to get out of here. And he's going to lose everything. Every Marine will go down. And there's nothing here. We have one tank, we have one Cyclone, it's all stuck on the low ground. Oh, he's trapped, he cannot get away. Yeah, with that MJG, he's just gonna snowball out of control, busting into the main. Again, a quirky one base all in here from Patches. He tried to expand, tried to macro out of this, but GG gets called, and MJG will take game number 2, taking a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. I wasn't opposed to the opener. I'm referring to the 2x Reaper. Like, I would say that Patches, he defended quite well against the early gateway aggression, but he doubled down. He doubled down going into Cyclone and Banshee play as well. The problem that I find with that is just, it's very intensive when it comes to your resources. You're getting Cloak, you're getting Macfield accelerators, you're getting into Cyclone production, getting into Banshee production, all on one base. And because that takes quite some time to really get going, you're waiting for the upgrades, you're, I guess, focusing on harassing more than anything. There was only one Cyclone as well, so it was yeah, it was a little bit of a messy kind of follow-up there from Patches in the end. GG, well played. It just takes so long to really get going, it feels. And with that, we're now getting into game 3. Remember, this is the best of 5. Best of 5. We're getting into game 3. MJG is up 2-0. And now we're going to be loading into Winter Madness. Let's go. As morning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss. We have the red Protoss from the land of the UK leading the series 2-0. It is MJG. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the purple Terran player, the purple Terran himself from the US of A, representing the Planet of Heroes. It is Patches. Let's go. Oh, we're proxying again, are we? I mean, game 1 we had proxy Robo, game 2 we had proxy Gateway, game 3 do we proxy at all? Let's go. MJG does move out. Oh, we're going for the cannon. I guess we're cannon proxying. Cannon rush is on the way. Forge gets thrown down. We have seen some successful cannon rushes. You know, someone link Prince versus Maru, I guess, like what in GSL a couple of years ago. It happens. It happens. There we go. The pylons are going to be thrown down. I said a couple of years ago. Well, that would have been 2020. I just. How long, 2019? How long ago was that? Smurge. But there we go. Cannons being thrown down here on the low ground. An interesting setup here as he can't really threaten too much. Patches does get the full wall off. And MJG fails to get into the main. He does not get in. The RG on the SCV saves the worker. Does pull back, they'll save the SCV. Bunkers being thrown down. Second racks behind this. And sure, these cannons can open up the ramp, but I don't see MJG setting up in the main. He's now taking his second gas geyser. Like, are we committing here to a proxy on the low ground? Getting a cyber core back at home. Now there's no high ground vision, so this is just free damage. Like, what's the what's the goal here? Where are we going? Gets a cannon, takes down one. Now can go for the other. I mean, the Zealot does provide some vision here. True, some. Oof. Yeah, the pylon is going to fall. I believe that will depower this cannon. I think it's a little bit too far away from that second pylon. And behind this, Patch is getting to his factory. We are committing. Going for the proxy Stargate. Aye. Now, thankfully for MJG, the follow-up here is a little bit messy. Like, there's no, say, early tech lab for an add-on swap into early, like, tank or early cyclone. It's going to take a little bit longer here for Patches to break out of his main. But I don't really see MJG making anything too threatening here. What's he going to make a Void Ray? And just be stuck back? Oh, as Patch is tempted to pull the boys. Calm down, Bappy, calm down. Yeah, Void Ray's on the way. Patch is getting to Macfield accelerators. 2020 was last year. Totally. True, true. As we're attempting to proxy Tempest. Fleet beacons on the way. It feels like this is just going to take too long to get going. But at the same time, there's no tank. Cyclone does get a lock on. This cannon will go down. Forward Ray tries to respond. Breaks the lock on, okay. Let's break the lock on. Again, without tanks, it will take quite some time to break through all these cannons. So I'm now getting a little bit more concerned for patches. Instead of going for the drop, okay. Let's go. Yeah, but there are 2 cannons and a shield battery back at home to defend. MJG set up back at home. We have a brutal supply block here. We might be able to cool down supply. It's not ideal, but not like this. This patch as he does drop across the map, but again, there's a cannon in position. Cannon defends. We can wedge ourselves here behind the mineral line though. Okay, nice positioning. Gets behind the mineral line. We'll be able to deny mining. Cannons that are within range. And remember, there's no warp gates, right? There is no warp gates. Ooh, probes are going down. There's recall back home. Does recall. There's now 2 Tempest. That's going to be 15 probes falling. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, critical economic damage. Patch is easy in this. Tempest, they're just chilling. Snipes the forge. No more cannons. Getting another worker back at home. Our macro's kind of getting up there. The CC thankfully will break that supply block. Yo, can I get the cyber core? Can we deny warp gate? He can. The cyber core. Boys are being pulled. He's trying to save it. We'll lose even more workers. That's gonna be an extra 4 probes going down. The man with gun is too good. The man with gun takes down the cyber core. Doesn't deny warp gate. Patch is the all you wanted. We're down to 3 probes, 3 mining workers. Now, we have already seen a Protoss player come back with a 5-worker with a 5-worker economy here tonight. So that's true. That has already happened. It's already happened. But now we're down to 3. Like, I mean, Tempests are good. Are they that good though? Tempests are poking in. 1 cyclone does fall. Oof. Vikings are amassing. Patch is getting his ninja base. As the Tempest do manage to soften up the army. Was catching one of the cyclones. Casito, casito. Ideally, Patches does want to lure the Tempest out into the open, out into his main. Wants to lure him further in. Then he can pounce. As 1 Viking falls. Void Rage checking for another expansion. Ooh, as we're bleeding out more Vikings. Tempest, they pick up a Viking, they pick up a Cyclone. If MJG can find that base, he can knock it down. Oh no! Oh, we're out of energy. Yeah, out of energy on the shield batteries. One Tempest finally falls down to 2 Tempest. 2 Tempest left. MJG, he barely does not scout. He does see the mule. He saw the mule, but it may not matter. Even if he killed the space, it may not matter. Still on patrol. Together, only 2 Tempests left. I'm sure Patches, I'm sure he's so tempted to just go for the dive. But he's got to respect the cannons. He's got to respect it.
SCV ready.
As MJG is back up to 11 probes. Bearing in mind that Patches, he's not as ahead economically here. He is oversaturated in the main. Yeah, there's only 2 SCVs here at the ninja base. Ooh, as he's about to reveal his hand. Drops down the SCVs, now diving on the Tempest. Let's go, he gets it. One Tempest goes down, and it will get the other as well. Yeah, both Tempests should fall. One more volley. Up, up. Oh my god, it barely does. Takes down all the Tempest. The boys are dropped. There's only 1 Void remaining. And Patches, he can break out. As the base is found in Patches, he can finally shut down the Void Ray. We have a series, Pappy. We have a series. Let's go. It's not going to be 3-0. Void Ray goes down. What is there left? There's 1 Tempest. There's 2 Stalkers. I mean, the Viking count was reset. True. So diving for the Tempest is going to be difficult. But again, Patches now has a saturated base. Right now he's on 2 bases. Now he has saturation. Again, imagine if MJG didn't go down to 3 workers. Imagine if he went down to 5. That would have been game. Like that would. And he would have MJG. He would have taken it from there, Pat. True. We've seen it. As Patches, he breaks out, so takes down some of the cannons. At the same time, he's going to be losing all the SCVs here at his pocket, or at his ninja base. Every SCV goes down, but Patches, he has an army. He breaks out, gets on top of the production. And GG gets called. Patches, he does take a game. He does fight back, does put a point on the board. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Yeah. Again, MJG, his initial cannon rush was a little bit odd. He wasn't really able to threaten anything, and it took him so long to get into his own Stargate, into his Fleet Beacon, into his Tempest Rush. Because it took so long, Patches had so much time to prepare to even counterattack and to shut down the initial proxy, or the initial cannon rush, the initial cannons. So it did feel a little bit awkward, did feel very delayed here from MJG. Shout out to Patches for wedging his drop in between the mineral line. It was very, very nice position where he was able to snipe the Forge, snipe the Cybercore, and kill over 15 probes. Again, MJG went down to 3 workers. And of course was able to hold his own and get some value out of those Tempests, but alas wasn't quite able to break the base, break the main. GG, well played. We're going to be loading into game number 4. We're going to be loading into Title Citadel. Let's go. we go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the Red Protoss player, the Red Protoss himself out from the land of the UK, leading the series 2-1 and 1 game away from claiming the series. It is MJG. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Purple Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes from the land of the Americas. It is Patches. Let's go. Let us go again. He has already put a point on the board, and it's been a very chaotic series. It's been very chaotic. Game 1, MJG went Proxy Robo. Game 2, Proxy Gateway. Game 3, Cannon Rush. Game 4, what's left? As we are proxying. We are going for the proxy here on the right-hand side. Nothing but cheese. Oh boy. At the same time, Patches, I don't think has properly gotten into a 2-base economy. It's also been 1-base play out of Patches as well for the most part. A lot of 1-base play. They're both animals. Like they're made for each other, man. Separated by land and sea, but they're like-minded. As we have 1 gate at home, 1 across the map. Going for the initial proxy setup. Meanwhile, Patches is going 2x Reaper. This is looking just like Tourmaline. If you recall, we saw this same setup here on Tourmaline, with MJG going Zealot into Stalker, into ideally delaying the CC on the low ground, getting some damage done. It was Patches who had opened up with double Reaper, shut down the first Stalker, defended initially, but if you remember, the follow-up was a little bit odd, with Patches going into Cyclone and Cloak Banshee. Hello, MJG. As it's not just 2-gate. Cybercore is done. What are we hiding? Stargate or Twilight Council? We could go Stargate into Dark Shrine, I suppose. Sorry, I'm gonna say Twilight Council to Dark Shrine, or just Stargate into Proxy Oracle. Show us what you got. Yep, Twilight Council. Typically, there's no reason to proxy a Twilight Council unless you plan on going for the Dark Shrine as well. So I'm leaning more towards fast DTs. You might be thinking, hold up, do DTs really work well against Terran because of scans? The answer is yes, right? Especially because Patches is staying on 1 base. So his scans are going to be very limited. You can see here, 3-max setup factor as well, all on 1 CC. So because that Patches is on a very low economy, he's going to want to mule as much as he can. So I'm very concerned for Patches. Assuming this is Dark Templar. Yeah, there it is. Dark Shrine gets thrown down. $1980 was 20 years ago, obviously. Ah, Smurge. Smurge, pappy. As we're going 3-max Mass Reaper. Back at home, there is a shield battery. There's a battery here in the mineral line. We have our 2 gateways. One of the gateways is going to be depowered. Dark Shrine is still not even halfway done. And there is no warp gate. So MJG is down to 1 gateway. He's expanding? Okay. Is going for the expansion. Meanwhile, we still have Mass Reaper. Remember, we're making 3 Reapers at a time. Cyclone as well, all on 1 base. And with this high amount of Reapers, yes, even though there's a shield battery, there's only 1 gateway. There's a chance here that maybe Patches can just break the economy. Let's go. Going on over. Takes down the battery. There's 2 Stalkers in the main. Soon to be 3. Oh. As the DC does warp in defensively. And it does warp in. Now Patches knows. Oh, good. Bit of a miss rally. Going for the... We're going for the gold, Pappy. Ah. Let's go. Going for the gold expansion. DTs are welling in back at home. Are we holding onto a scan? We are. Okay, there's 1 scan here in the chamber. He's got 1 scan. He's going for his eBay as well for his turrets. Barely does not deny the warp in. There's the first scan. Does catch the first Dark Templar. Does get the first. And we're in a really awkward game state. MJG currently has a better economy. He's on 2 bases, getting up to a 2-base economy. He's macroing up back at home, building up into charge. Meanwhile, Patch is also macroing as well, getting his gold. He's trying to get his gold base up and running. Time is just a number. Time is Oliveira, papi. It's now Oliveira. Ah. We miss Penan. We miss him. Penan. As the players, they back off from each other. We're slowly building up here on 2 bases. The goal base, it's still taking quite some time to saturate. Unlike Protoss, Patches he can't recall over. But he needs that goal to get up and running. As he is moving out. Does move out, he's got his Raven. Oh, the Raven taking some hits. Does have to back up. You want to get some decent... Oh, God, jeez. Calm down with the Raven, baby. Okay, Raven does barely survive. And initially a better trade here for Patches. Catching at the DT. But alas, he has to respect those charge lots. Yeah, he's gonna get out of here. He has to get the hell out of here. Zealots take a lapse in. Oh, they barely don't get on top of the Cyclones. Okay. Better trade to Patches. Oh. Actually, better trades. Meanwhile, that's a 2 HP pylon. Barely survives. Again, this goal base is slowly getting saturated. Almost there. And MJG, he doesn't have the wherewithal to check. He's not quite checking. That's going to be a lot of Zealots, though. We're bringing 5 Zealots at a time. And I would favor MJG if they fought out in the open. If they engaged, or if Patches was here on the low ground, then sure, MJG could break him. But if Patches defends here at the ramp, I don't really see MJG having too much success here. Like, there's no need to push in. He checks for the natural. Once he sees there's no base, he does not have to push. There's no need. But there is a need. Like, because there is a base, there's a gold. So our Protoss player working with incomplete information. His wing condition is denying the natural, and he believes he's doing it, right? He believes he is denying the natural base. He believes he's getting further ahead when he isn't. And tank shots going off. MJG, he checks, he sees, he confirms. Yeah, he spots the gold, now he knows. He's now aware of the... Oh, Archon's get a couple of volleys off. But the Raven survives. That one Zealot getting, what, 5 kills? Jesus. 5 SCV kills. Insane damage. But nice pick up here. Gets an Archon. Archon goes down. Prism into the main base. Back at home, there are some units to defend. Tank is in position. Marines as well. Nice kiting. Nice defense. Very nice. Patches he holds. Patches is holding on. Cyclone gets a lock on. There's still pylons out here. There's still reinforcements points, so that can still threaten Patches. But hey, still has his gold. For now. Has the gold base. MJG, he's sending his Zealots over to deal with it. Back at home, we have no shield batteries, no defensive setup, but there's an Immortal and Archon. Patches, can he pull this off? He has no stim. Oh, sorry, he does. Okay, he has stim. He has +1. Patches throwing down the wall of turrets. Let's go. Yeah, turrets are being thrown down, and Patches, he breaks through the natural, takes care of all the zealots. There's one immortal left. Barely is going to be saved. Nah, not even. Yeah, immortal goes down, and Prism gets locked on. There's detection, and Patches, he breaks the natural. Whew, he breaks the natural. GG, well played, and we are going to the ace match. Going all the way to game 3. Ay. GG again. MJG committing into the proxy DTs, but barely did any damage, and Patches got away with the gold base. He got away with the gold, was able to take advantage of it, able to build up, able to break out. And again, we saw that MJG did overextend with his Zealot army. We did mention earlier that his goal was just to deny the natural, didn't have to commit to a fight. At the same time, though, he also didn't know that there was a natural base. There was that gold. GG. Now we're going all the way to game 5. Going to be loading into the Old Republic. COVID pandemic was a really rough month. Oh, the 2-day lockdown, pappy. It was crazy. It's crazy. Felt like it lasted forever. Let's go. As we're getting into the ace match here, we're getting into game 3 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Old Republic. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself, being forced into the ace match. He was up 2-0, by the way. He was up 2-0, but now he's being forced to game 5. What the hell do we have in store for us this time? It is MJG. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the American Terran player, we have the purple Terran for the Platinum Heroes. It is Patches. Whew. Oh boy, again, we have had non-stop one-base play. I mean, sure, last game our players did eventually expand, but it's just been hyper-aggression and some pure nonsense out of both Patches and MJG. It's been chaos. And I'm ready for more of that. Let's go. Once again, the probe does veer off on the right-hand side. The probe is rallied here towards the right-hand side, just outside of the natural. This is a prime location for a proxy robo, or potentially something else. So we'll see what he commits into as the probe is on the way. At the same time, we have the SE scout into the main. Once again, 2x Reaper out of Patches. We've seen this 3 times now in this series. 2x Reaper as the opener. And here comes the proxy. Once again, no expansions. Our players will not be expanding. Once again, I do want to favor Patches initially, but we'll see how hard MJG commits. Cybercore is almost done. Do we go for the Robo? Do we go for the Stargate? This time it shouldn't be a Twilight Council. It's too close. And it's going to be Stargate. Okay. So proxy Stargate. With this, we can go for the proxy Oracle, and we can go straight for the mineral line, straight for the economy. Oh, it's gonna be 3 racks Reaper. You tell me, what shoots up? What shoots up here? Ay. Again, it's gonna be mass Reaper here instead. MJG already getting a safety shield battery in the mineral line. Now, does he check? He's checking! He checks, he sees! Yeah, he does check, he does confirm the Stargate, he does spot it. Wasting a little bit of DPS here on the Stargate itself. We want to go for this for the battery. Or for the pylon. But here we go, Mass Reapers on the way. We have the first Delta, for the first Adept also en route. Oh, sorry, in my brain that was a shield battery, so it's double pylon. And it's gonna be proxy Void Ray. Oh god. The Void Rays are amassing. Adept does zone away. Oh! Nice control. Pulls back the Reaper. So we have 3 pylons here to protect. The Adept does get focused down. The first pylon will fall, but the Void Ray will pop. And there's going to be vanilla Marines to defend. Yeah, the Marines are amassing. Bunker is on the way. Getting to stim. A more ideal defense would have been Factory into Cyclone, but he had a 3-axe follow-up is the issue. Did not have a Factory to work with. And the Void Ray can just slip by. Takes out one of the Marines. Oh, may even get all 3. Yeah, 2 Marines go down. At the same time, Reapers, they get into the mineral line, but again, that shield battery's in position, so is the Stalker. Void Ray does sustain some hull damage. And more Void Rays are amassing. No batteries. No batteries, just voids. Uh-oh. Okay, for a moment there, I mean, yeah, he can target down that depot. No! Not the high yield depot. Not like this. Nice distraction. Reapers, they hit the proxy. They hit the pylon. Does cause a distraction, does give Patches more time to get into stim. And stim is about to finish. Can he catch out the Void Rays? Oh. Patches a little bit out of position here. Gets the adept. Stim is still barely not yet done. And he does beat that little Marines. There we go. Does take down one of the Voids. One Void Ray goes down. He's trying to stim forward. There's 2 Void Rays left, but again, a really awkward position to fight. As MJG able to make use of the terrain. Patches goes to the stim. He gets one. No, should he doesn't get it. Yeah, it doesn't get it. The adepts have arrived as well, and MJG, he will lose one of the Void Rays, but he has so much more on the ground. Joe, the full HP, the full heal. Let's go. As it's still pure Marine, by the way. Patches, he has 900 gas. Oh, God. He has so much gas in the bank, papi. Ay, ay, ay. Actually, could be even pulling out of gas into the mineral patches at this point. As again, Patches, he's so mineral starved. He's forced to pull the boys as well. And I feel like MJG has done it. He's got his shield batteries, he's got his adepts. 3 Voiders behind this as well. The Marines, they do stim in, they get 1. But there's just not enough fire, not enough Marines. I say that, adepts are going to be cleaned up, but there's still 2 Void Rays left over. The mass Void Ray, bappy. Yeah, MJG has done it. He has broken the economy, he has broken the back of Patches. Again, going into mass Marine was an interesting response, but he was kind of forced into it just because he already had a 3-rack setup. So just very unfortunate there for Patches when it came to his build of choice and what he was up against. Patches, for some reason, really believes in the Marine only response. Oh, is that intentional? Oh, that's crazy. if this is something that he usually does against this, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. We need an intervention with Patches, Pappy. We need to. Oh no. As Patches, he commits in. Again, bleeds out all of his Marines. He just cannot keep up, and MJG has done it. Went all the way to the ace match, went all the way to game 5, but GG gets called, and MJG will claim the series 3-2. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, just a really risky style here from Patches to commit into mass Marine. Again, it's not the most efficient kind of way of playing this out, just because the Marines are so fragile, they're so brittle, and you kind of have like a one and done sort of deal with them with your stim, as opposed to your typical factory starport follow-up. Now, again, to be fair, I want to say that as he scouted the Stargate, he already had a 3rd racks in production, so he was already kind of locked in, but there's a world where maybe he cancels and gets into the factory. I mean, again, you saw just how much gas he was banking up, and how inefficient his mining was going as well, which was really hurting him. Getting into Cyclones, getting into Vikings does really help in that kind of position, but regardless, GG, well played. Went all the way to the ace match. We did have a series nonetheless, and congratulations to MJG, and a shout out to Patches for holding his own against the nonsense that was this series. It was nonsense. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into our next and final series of the broadcast. The final series here is going to be a best of 5 between Lemon and Ragnar.